Hi, guys. Thanks for waiting. Um, Today, we're going to talk about the War-Ganizer. We're going to talk a little bit about 3.5 design and where this all started, where it all originated. My name Oh, my audio is working now here? Just one second, guys. This is terrible. Doing a live stream and now my audio. Okay, there we go. So, my name is Dwayne. I run 3.5 Design. It's just me here. There's nobody else, just me. I want to thank you guys all for supporting me this far. Um, I have a dream, and that dream is to have one system that is unanimously universal across the line so that we can go from storage like this, like from the War-Ganizer Workshop system for your paints, your miniatures, tools, brushes, whatever you guys kind of need. And I want to work on that system and build that system up to the be all end all system that you guys can have and print the components that you need when you need them. And it's easily transportable from racks and storage or display. And you can take it on the go if you need to, because I know that not all of us get the opportunity to have a place kind of like I have set up here, and we can have our own basement to game, and that doesn't work for everyone. So um, you got to take your stuff on the road. And this is what this War-Ganizer system was designed to do. It was designed to make life easy when you need to pack up all your plastic crap and go out and spend some time with some friends and enjoy the things that you love within the hobby. So I just wanted to make a universal system that kind of integrates everything. So display, transport, storage, anything that's within the hobby of tabletop gaming. Now that expanded from there to um, board games or anything really. You can use this system for what you need it for and when you need it, and that's the lovely part of this kind of setup. So I'm going to show you guys now quickly. We'll start with assembly, and then we'll move into where we see this going. We'll talk about the stacking feature a little bit, and I'll show you more about that. And we're also gonna, I have something at the end here I'll show you so you can get a good size comparison and see it in person kind of thing. It's not complete, but I'll show you. So first things first, assembly. So with the War-Ganizer, the assembly is the same across pretty much across the line, like 1.0 and 1.5 are kind of original designs. 1.0 is still one of my favorites, but it lacks some of the features that the 3.0 and this system has, how this system has developed over a few years now. So let's just start with assembly. Just like the 3.0, you're going to have racks. You're going to have a left and a right rack. And you're going to have a bottom. The bottom has octagon holes in the bottom. Those will be for the feet option for this. So if you want to print in TPU, do some feet because you have a surface that's slippery or slidey or whatever you want it for, that will be in there as well. And then after you have your top, your racks, your top and your bottom, you have your rack inserts. Now, these are the rack inserts for the half tray. So we're going to do the half tray today. And these slide into the racks afterwards, which allows you to to change out your rack system. So future designs, if something is created or designed in, that I come up with, the rack system is allowing you to modify the original design or make things specifically for a certain purpose. So that's why the swappable rack system came to be. And then, of course, you have your trays. Now, this is the half tray right here. So this is the new size. This is kind of going to be for side attachments for the 3.0. and also with half rack now coming into play with the War-Ganizer Workshop. So if you have like a one-off model or something special that you want to display, you can, versus the old, or I shouldn't say old, the mag trays. I think I have pieces here that aren't magnetized. But anyway, so this is the normal sized Ganizer tray. Now, so to explain a little bit and touch base on this, because I get asked this question more often than I thought I would, so I'm going to clarify it here. The War-Ganizer tray is this size. It never will change. It's going to be the same forever, I would hope. That's the intention. That this doesn't change in size, so that no matter what system or new products I release, they're all going to be compatible with this original tray. The size will not change. The Leviathan tray, which is just basically two of these together, that won't change. The width won't change, nothing like that. So when we're talking about guys that want to do like a calyx, like IKEA setup, and which is currently the last stretch goal in this system, this won't change size. But what I can do is change height and maybe add on some pieces to the side to fill those extra spaces. The calyx system is going to be based on this, maybe taller, or two pieces shorter that stack. Now with the stacking feature, we've got that ability to kind of play with height and sizes for you guys. So this is the original size with a ferrous sheet on it. Like I said, I don't have them all magnetized here. They're just sitting on there. But, so there's your ferrous sheet that I sell. I got acrylic stuff on there. Anyways, so that's mag sheet. Now what that can do is you can use your rack for storage or display, or if you're working on miniatures in your workshop area, I'll put that not level. So if you're working on miniatures in your area, you can put these up there for you and your works in progress. You can use it with any of the War-Ganizer trays. So if you want to store tokens, you want to store cards, you want to store whatever, it's there. It's at your fingertips to kind of design the system the way that you want it. So yeah, and we have some of the original trays from the hobby tour. They're still compatible. They're still going to work with the new system. This rack that I have here has the minimalist design racks inserts, so it's open on the sides and in the back currently. That's a choice for you guys to print if you want the back panels. If you don't want the back panels, you don't want the side panels, you don't have to. That's all your choice. It's not necessary. You can build this in the bare bones minimalist design to save filament. If you just need a place to put something that maybe isn't as important, or display quality, it's up to you guys. So then we can move into this is my old brush trade last from the hobby drawer kind of setup, and I think it was the universal trade pack, or maybe it was the paint trade pack. Can't remember. Either way, this is the original one, still compatible. Now this setup here currently has the drawers in it. Now the drawers are the same as the 3.0 system. The new drawers, they were released via Patreon in April, I believe. So if you join the Patreon and you want some of those Patreon perks, previous releases are available through the website at warganizer.ca. You can purchase or pick up added stuff. Now, eventually those will make it to the store in their own separate thing. I'm currently just postponing that for the fact of building up a bigger, larger set of attachments and, just having a more rounded out pack for the guys that want to pick up something off the store. And the Patreon is a really good place, especially for this type of system where I can, what? Honestly, it's the back of my shirt that I'd like to just say. So it's designed by gamers and built by makers. So you guys get to make it, but we're all working together as a community to kind of make this thing what we need it to be and what we want it to be. I've been gaming for 20 plus years, and this is something that's a hobby that's probably not going to go away. As much as the pocketbook would like these hobbies to kind of not be used anymore, but it's not going to happen. I'm playing this for a long time, and I'm buying more and more things. And I need a place to store, travel, transport, all those things need to be taken care of, and so that's what War-Ganizer is going to do. So the beauty of it is I can pick up my War-Ganizer 3.0, and you can do it with a 2.0 as well. It doesn't really matter because they're all based on the same dimensions. The trays won't change. So you can literally take your 3.0 case, which I have here from the 3.0 Kickstarter, which was really good. Thank you guys for supporting that. But like I said, with the 3.0, this is going to open up doors for the drawers and everything. So the drawers tilt and come down. We have pins inside, and they run on a track. It stops at the end to allow it to hold itself up. And then it tilts down at a 45. So those can go in and out. But the beauty of it is if you want to take some paint with you to the store or your local gaming store or whatever and paint with some friends, you can just grab that tray and slide it into your 3.0. Now, that being said, you still need the drawer rack inserts. So if you have another set of rack inserts or you go with the drawers, you can do that. You can just transfer that tray right in, and then it will function and work as if it was in your rack. So, or in your War-Ganizer Workshop stuff. Now, here's the beauty of it too, is the fact that, okay, this is set up for a drawer. It is a drawer. I still kind of want to just throw it in my normal War-Ganizer. Well, you can. Just remove the pins from the side. And we're in business. So that is the premise behind War-Ganizer. Make this universal, make it modular in a way that I don't think anything else can offer. And the other thing else that it doesn't offer is nobody else is doing stuff for cards and tokens and stuff like that. And that is a huge part of the game as well. And nobody cared to dive into that. So I think War-Ganizer, and the way that my mind was, is like, well, let's do it all. Let's get all of this all in one package and make this easy for us to transport all of our, hard work, basically. Hours and hours of painting, and I want it safe. I want it transportable, and I don't want to buy a new bag every time I go to transport something or build a new army. So War-Ganizer is going to allow you to print what you need when you need it, and take it where it needs to be, and store it how you want to store it. And this system also is going to offer you that flexibility and customization of doing it the way that you want it. So let's build this half tray. If you guys have any questions, throw them up in the chat. I'll answer them here at the end of this. I'm kind of just going to assemble this, and we'll talk about the stacking, and we'll call it a wrap. But I want to thank everyone again just for the support through the Kickstarter and everything, and the support that I've received from all of my patrons and everything. Has been wonderful, and it's, like I said in a previous video, it's opened up doors that I couldn't imagine. So let's build on this system. Let's work on it. I'm bringing in all your input. I love it, because not everything works for everybody the same. Not everybody has the same stuff. So voice your opinions, your needs, and your wants, and we can touch base on that. Obviously, not all of these designs and creations have been from my brain. It comes from us as a community working together and bringing up ideas and wants for this system. And I think that's huge. And I think that's what's going to separate War-Ganizer from other designers or other products that you're going to find on Kickstarter out there, is that I'm here to serve this. I'm here to make sure that it's right. I'm here to make sure that it's functional for everyone and useful as best as I can. Now, with 3D printing comes some issues of getting your printers right. So not everybody's going to just put this on their printer and it's going to be perfect. I wish it could be that way, but not everybody has the same filaments using the same filaments. Their machines tuned properly or as good as they can be. And, there's a community there of Discord through the Patreon and all of that through the website. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to other, um, users of the War-Ganizer system. There's lots of help there for you guys to troubleshoot through and, become a better printer than before you got into the War-Ganizer system. Because I think the War-Ganizer system is going to offer something that other printing, I guess, choices wouldn't. Whereas this is a functional design. This is fit and finish, precise measurements that need to be achieved here. So the 3D printers can do it. It's just a matter of just tuning those things up and getting them working nicely and accurately. So let's build this thing and we'll move on. First, though, I do want to mention a tool or two that can help you with doing this type of printing. I've showed this before. People obviously, some will know, some maybe don't. This is called a deburring tool. The deburring tool is generally used for machining, but after a part is machined or manufactured, you can have rough edges from tools and stuff. And so this was created, obviously, to remove sharp edges and stuff from metal components. I would assume that was its original design for, but on here I have just like a slight ridge that's created a little bit by that top layer. Putting in that top layer, there's a slight little overhang on the side. Now it doesn't really matter, but if this was a component or part that needs to slide into this, then it can be an issue for you. So a deburring tool is going to allow you to take away some of those. So if you're using a brim on anything, it can kind of just use away those sharp edges and take a little bit of plastic off and clean that edge up. So that's what the deburring tool is for, and used for. It works really good in holes and circles and stuff. So for drilled out holes, that's kind of what it's used for. And so it can be definitely used in this application. I have this thing beside my printers, or wherever I'm using it or assembling something. It's just a great tool. If you don't have one, I highly recommend having one or getting one. Another tool that can be very useful is a little scraper, obviously for removing supports and stuff, but I don't do too many designs of supports. I try to stay away from that. Obviously, it's wasted filament. So if I can get away or get around supports, I don't want that. And neither do you, because that's just more work. And we already have enough work doing painting and playing games and trying to fit all that in. Either way, supports suck, and I try to avoid them. So another good tool to have would be a vernier caliper, just to measure parts to make sure that your printers are tuned and stuff like that. I mean, obviously for terrain or miniatures, it's not a big deal, but for functional stuff like this, you do need to have some accuracy in your prints, or otherwise they're not going to go together very well. So that being said, let's build this, our top piece. And on the top piece, see if I can show it. There are pins on top. That is for the new top trays, which I'll show you here at the end. So on the side of your component, on the top piece, there's an arrow. Okay, see if you can see it there. Anyways, there's an arrow on your component that's showing you which way that this is installed. So you're going to take your rack and you have your opening on the rear side and slide it in. Just like so. So you have your rack, your top, and your big rack. And then we're going to add our bottom. Let's do the bottom first. And so your bottom piece slides in to your left rack. Then obviously we're going to go to the other one now, making sure that our top and bottom are correct. Just slide together like so. And now we have a frame. So our organizer frame, or in this case, the half tray frame, is now ready to be connected in series with other organizers or racks. The reason I'd like to keep this size and why I stay with the War-Ganizer size, I know it can be bigger. I know the bamboo has a larger print bed. But the thing is, if I stay at this average or this original size, is that now I can line up all my components in a way that doesn't cause too many changes. With a bamboo or a tall rack or short rack, they're going to play some factors there with lining up your racks. That being said, I'm still going to include those racks. There will be a shorter version, there will be a taller version, and so on. And that's for obviously for special applications where you're doing one-off or whatnot, and you just need a little bit more space than the average organizer. So now that my back or half tray is complete, now I can install my rack inserts. And so those also just slide in, and then they have a little bit of a taper at the end to allow them to lock so that they don't easily come. And then you would do the same with your other side. And I hope I'm getting this all on camera. And that is your rack. And now you have a half tray War-Ganizer Workshop component. Where we go from here, which I have not showed you guys yet. I haven't shown you any of it, but these will connect side by side. Then there'll be 45s. I'll probably do a 22 and a half. And yeah, anyways, there's going to be lots of stuff here for you guys. I haven't shown everything. I kind of want to build up a little bit of excitement there and whatnot. So, but I will describe slightly. It will work in the same way, or will connect these in the same way as this outside cover panel. It's just to add some flair and personalization, but that goes inside behind your rack. So that will just, it's hard to see here. I'll just take this off. So on your racks, there is a tapered hole here. Obviously, if you're doing the drawers, this style, the this will be covered up from the inside. But in behind that, you can insert your cover panel. Now, with the cover panel, it's the same as on the 3.0 with the attachments, right? So this is going to allow me to insert some flair to your workshop, or if you want to add connecting pieces so that they can be connected in sequence. And also, so we're going to do the same thing with the 3.0. We're going to put the attachment panel in there as well, so you'll be able to put in the attachments. So on the side, maybe you have a spot where we can add, if you want to put some cards, or you want to put some other components that need to be kind of your workspace, the attachment system is still going to be available through this. And we'll get to that in a later date. So we'll just put this back together here. My bad, that's the wrong way. So once again, thank you guys for supporting us. Hopefully we can build this up a little bit bigger and get some of those stretch goals unlocked. So if you guys can share this video around, or share some of your photos of your stuff. It's all good. In the sense of kind of let's build this up a bit and make this even better system than it already is. Now, with these pins on top is going to allow me to do top trays. So on the top trays, I just have a little one here with the coax hole in it. That's what I should also mention so far, is that we've got, there's Tamiya there, there's all those paints, you know, that cross everybody's path kind of through that hobby world. You know, Vallejo and Tamiya and um, AK Interactive, Pro Acro now, which is very new. I have some AK washes and stuff in here. So I mean, there's going to be something for everyone, what you guys need. And so the way that these top trays will work is that they can just be swapped around quite easily. They just set on top. They've got a slot in the back or on the bottom side, and those just drop in and then slide back and lock into position. And so now you can transfer these from top to top if you want to move around. What else? Some things you're going to also need if you want to go that route here. Plexiglass. I know there's lots of requests for it, and of course I haven't forgot about it. Of course it's going to be there. And this is an 8x12. This was the last acrylic piece for the Leviathan front panel. So this will be, you'll probably have to order some different sizes, or you can order different sizes. 8x10 is what's going to be used for the display piece on this one. So an 8x10 will go across, and the racks will still be the same. It'll just be a matter of swapping out your top and bottom pieces if you want that display function. Also, you'll be able to have a panel, side panel cover that you can print out, put in here, and if you choose to do so, you can cut and place your acrylic sheet on the side. So you can have this wide open. Obviously, on the half tray rack is shortened to its size. So there's a little bit of unused area in the back here, but I'm not going to make it all completely smaller because this still needs to be compatible with the War-Ganizer system. So that's a half tray. I know you guys have been asking for that one, so I'm very pumped to see this, you know, in my hands kind of thing, and it just works great. Anyways, next, you might want to get an inline fan if you're looking for this right here. This is what I was gonna. This is the airbrush booth. The frame anyway. I have not added the back and the bottom, and I'm now making exhaust for the fan. So the fan is going to sit on top in its own connection system. I'm going to do it in a way that's universal so that we can make some attachments and couplers if we need to for certain fans and stuff like that. So I picked that one up off of Amazon for, you know, 30, 40 bucks. And it came with the duct hosing. And anyways, I've been very much wanting a new airbrush booth. I had kind of a homemade one from before. Wasn't great. Didn't have exhaust. So it was kind of hard on the lungs, but we're going to try to avoid that for the rest of you guys that are, you know, hopefully have a new airbrush booth here shortly. So this is, in a nutshell, it's just two pieces connected, or it's two racks with no center section and just connected across. So this, like the top and the bottom pieces are the same as the normal racks. There's no difference there. So you would just have to print this center section to connect your two and then your outside racks. And then we'll have some different swappable rack inserts. And that's where that swappable rack insert is going to be coming very big for this next step here, is what can we put inside of this airbrush booth. I've had a request, and it's a great idea, but I'll also be doing a gun rack or airbrush rack style on the side for rack inserts. So if you want to store your airbrushes on the side, I know I have a few. I've got about 3 or 4 of them. So there's going to be some storage setup going on in here as well with your airbrush. I also thought about doing a bib kind of in the front just to extend that workspace out a bit. I'm sure we could get a turntable in there. Let's uh, let's get this going. Let's support War-Ganizer, or I guess you guys need to support War-Ganizer. Um, I'm not going to give you some big spiel about why War-Ganizer is, tip top of the market, best thing. No, I'm here to design a system that's for hobbyists, for gamers, and give you guys a fair shake on something that is, very handy to have at home. And I just want to support that system, and I want to back that system up with good service. And I hope I'm doing a good job on the service side of it. I know it's getting tougher for me with more and more people coming into this. It's just a lot of correspondence and communication, and that takes up quite a bit of time of mine. But anyways, I just wanted you to know that if I do not respond or do not answer right away, it's not because I don't want to. It's because it's getting to the point, which I didn't think this was going to happen, but apparently is. It's getting to the point now that it's I can't really fit everyone in right away. But I do plan to, if you reach out, I will respond as soon as I possibly can, and help you through, printing these designs, or, coming up with something even for you personally. And I've done that for a few guys, of making something, something that fit what they exactly needed. And that's what War-Ganizer is. War-Ganizer is going to be something that's there for you when you need it. It's not a one-off, some product that I bought off at Walmart or something like that. There's no support for it, or there's only one thing there. But this War-Ganizer system is designed to be a be-all, end-all for transport, storage, and everything. And I want to build that system with you guys, with the community, with the gamers, and see what we can create. It's my dream to see everybody carrying a War-Ganizer around when they hit Gen Con or Adepticon. That would be the dream, obviously. So we got to start somewhere. And I think with everyone's help, with all your guys' help, we can do that. Because I think this is a great system. It's universal. It's modular. It could be built and designed and made in a way that accommodates you. And it doesn't even have to be something special. It can just be the fact that this system can be modified and manipulated in a way to make it fit for you. So with the stacking ability and all of that, which I almost forgot to go through, with the stacking, we can go bigger, taller, smaller, whatever you guys need. And that's what I want. I want that functionality to be for everyone and what they need it to be. I'm going to wrap this up here, just kind of discussing, talking about the stacking feature. Just going to clean this up. So with the stacking feature, they're sitting on top of each other. And on the tops and bottoms of your racks, you have the grid or grooves here. So you have it embossed basically on the top, extruded, and then recessed on the bottom of your rack. So this will allow these racks to stack on each other and be slide apart, stay together in that sense. And 3.0 also has that. So you can technically stack a 3.0 rack onto this as well, with your stacking components. So I'm not going to take this out, take it all apart, but on here, on the inside, you have the rear piece to brace the center across the back, and then you have a piece that comes in front of that piece into here, connecting your top and bottom rack. Sorry, I'm looking over at the camera so I can see the other side of this. But so this just slides in the same way your top and bottom racks do. At the top, you're just using another component piece to connect them together. Keeping this open for trays to go in. It does get a little narrow here, but if it's a problem for some people, in the sense of like, oh, well, I can't put this tray in because it's too long in that section. I will do a few trays, and there are a few trays currently that the setup of it is narrow enough that it will fit. And of course, the great part about it is if you're using it for miniatures, then you're not changing anything. So, and there'll be also a piece to go in here for the display stuff, which I haven't got into yet, or just I haven't showed off yet. Shown off. The front panel is going to just sit in there. I don't want any screws or attachments or anything on the front of this because I want it to be accessible. That was one of the downfalls, or one of the, I guess, my personal pet peeves with other systems is that the front panel is either fold down, fold open, flip up, whatever it might be, but it's always attached and it's always in the way. So when you go to a gaming spot, you don't always have all that space in that room to flip down a big door or open up a big door. Let's just take it off, put it on the floor, put it underneath the table, whatever it is, but it's out of the way and your stuff is accessible. That being said, this stacking feature also will cross over into the 3.0. So if you want a taller carrier, you could take on this side by adding a handle to the top. The only difference is I have to make some modifications to the original rack for stacking because it has the slot on the bottom, or the notch on the bottom, to hold the door from sliding right through. So I'll have to make a new 3.0 piece that will just be for stacking. The original bottom piece will stay the same, but if you want to stack higher, you'll have to print new pieces on the top to go up so that the door will slide from top to the bottom. Currently, if you stack two 3.0s, the door won't slide to the bottom. So to do the stacking on the 3.0 will be a little bit different. But either way, let's focus on War-Ganizer Workshop. Let's get this thing going. Reach out to anybody that has a 3D printer and encourage them as to why this is the system that you're going to want to print for the foreseeable future. And that's because it's going to be universal across the line. Those trays aren't going to change the ones you printed 3 years ago, like some that I have here. They're going to go in there. They're going to go in there and be functional for the lifetime of War-Ganizer. And that's, I think, the big key. And I hope that I can, not everything is compatible from piece to piece, but trays are compatible. They're universal. They won't change. Those are going to be there forever. That size, anyways. So we'll add, like I said, the half tray, and we'll do the Leviathan, which is double. And I can't see us going any further than that. I don't know what else we might need, but hey, with the War-Ganizer system, we can do it because we can attach things to this. It's completely modular and building in a shape or size that you need. So thank you, everyone, so far. I'll be back next weekend. I'm going to do this every weekend on Saturdays at 3 p.m. ish, whatever works for home life, family life. But we're going to talk about this whole project as we go through. So next time you see me next weekend, we're going to talk about the next stretch goal, because I'm hoping that we're going to unlock that here soon. So next week we're going to talk about the wall mount system and how we can use that for putting these up on the wall, displaying figures and minis or whatever you like, and we'll discuss that. What else? And we'll go through some more of this as this develops, or that's kind of how I print it out, kind of thing. I'm just printing all of these things now and showing them off, kind of thing. So see you next week. Thank you guys for joining. And one more thing before I go. I'm going to add the 3.5 Design t-shirts to the War-Ganizer Workshop Kickstarter. Those will be an add-on for you guys if you want to support in another way. Get yourself a nice, fancy 3.5 Design shirt with a little bit of War-Ganizer swag on the back. And get you guys looking fresh and clean out there at the gaming tables. Um, Thank you guys all for supporting me again. Broken record, I know, but it means a lot to me, and thank you for supporting 35 Design. And let's build a better gaming community and transport system to get our stuff around. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time.